Hi guys! Welcome to The Silver Lining. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video, even if it's just to laugh at a grown woman with ADD, because let me tell you, it's a struggle. But regardless why you're watching, I appreciate that you're watching. So I've realized that I wasn't very clear with my announcement video as to what The Silver Lining is, because I've had so many people ask me, are you doing a store? Are you selling stuff? What exactly is going on? I'm not selling anything. The Silver Lining will start as a YouTube channel. Eventually it will become a podcast. I don't know how to do a podcast. I don't even know how to do a YouTube channel. My son is having to show me how to do all of this stuff because all of this is like in a completely different continent from my wheelhouse. So I'm definitely having to learn as I go, but eventually it will be a podcast. The purpose of The Silver Lining, what I want to achieve in all of this, is very simple. I want to spread hope and encouragement and love. I realized years ago, after asking myself, what makes me the happiest? What do I feel really, fulfilled in my life? And the answer is when I am able to sit down with people and encourage them and pour love into them. That makes me the happiest, whether it be my children, whether it be my friends, whether it be strangers. So I knew that my purpose in this world is to spread love, like everyone else, right? But I didn't know exactly how I was meant to do that. That was very much a macro view. And after years, I've figured out that this is it. This is why I'm doing The Silver Lining. This is my purpose, to spread love, encouragement, hope, knowledge with people who really need it, more than just one-on-one, because I'm just one person, and I mean, that's not efficient. It's not as efficient as I want to be. So that's the purpose of The Silver Lining. You guys, I have notes because I really do have serious ADD, and this is going to help me, stay focused. So prepare yourselves. I do tend to travel with my thoughts. The way I want to do all of this, first and foremost, I want full transparency on my end. I'm going to talk to you guys about my struggles because I've learned so much through my struggles, and some of the things that I've been through, you'll be like, what? I mean, it's a little intense and a little crazy and a little hard to believe sometimes, but the point of all of that is that I've been through these things and I'm doing good. I got through it. And if I can get through it, anybody can get through it. There is nothing special about me that makes me better suited at struggles than anyone else. So my hope is that in sharing my struggles and some of the things that I've been through, it will make other people think, okay, well, she got through it. There was a time where she felt like there was no hope in the situation, but she got through it. And if she did, I can probably do the same thing. That would be amazing. So that's the number one thing. The number two thing that I want to do is talk about spiritual awareness. That doesn't mean religion. You guys, your religion is your personal preference, and I'm not going to make that my business. So I'm not really talking about religion so much as spiritual awareness, which is something that everyone can have regardless of their religious affiliation. So I'll be talking about that. I'll be talking about the importance of connectedness, going all the way down to the science of it, the way our brains work, why our brains are hardwired to want to be connected to one another. And so oftentimes you hear people say, well, I'm a lone wolf and I don't really need friends, and I totally understand how sometimes it can feel like you are much better off without people in your life, which brings me to the next thing that I'll talk about is the importance of having the right people in your life. Because it is true, having the wrong people in your life is far worse than being alone. So I'll talk about the importance of having the right people in your life, and that is an area in which I have been blessed beyond measure. So I'll talk about that. I'll talk about learning to live a gratitude-centered life, which is something that I'm working on. I am not there. I haven't arrived. It's a daily choice. It's a daily struggle, but it's getting easier, which is amazing. So I'll talk about what it means to live a gratitude-centered life, specifically the idea that our focus becomes our future. What I mean by that is if you're constantly focused on negativity, then when negativity comes knocking at your door, you'll open your door right on up because that's familiar. That's familiar because that's what you're constantly focused on. So if you flip the script and start focusing on positivity, when negativity comes to your door knocking, you're not going to let it in because that's not familiar. There was a time in my life where I used to think that by focusing on the things in my life that could possibly bring me pain and discomfort, I was keeping tabs on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see you over there. I'm going to watch you. I got you. I got you in my hindsight and in my forefront so that nothing bad could sneak up on me. But you guys, that doesn't work. That does not work. All that does is make my focus on a negative thing in my life, and then it steals any joy in the present moment that I could be having. If I focus on positive things in my life, then my gratitude becomes overwhelming and my life becomes a gratitude-centered life. So I'll be talking a lot about that. I'll be talking about setting boundaries. I'll be talking about vulnerability quite a bit, because vulnerability is the key to having true connectedness with one another. The reason I'm doing all of this, the reason for the silver lining, beyond the fact that this is something that I just have to do because I feel like this is my purpose, the reason I'm doing this is because there's a need out there for hope and encouragement. I keep hearing about people taking their own lives, and you guys, that just like breaks my heart. It rocks me to my core because I understand the degree of hopelessness that's required in order for a person to think that taking their own life is their best option. I know what that feels like, but I guarantee you that if you can see through the situation, if you can hold on and get the resources that you need, it will get better. You can get through it. You are so much stronger than even you realize. And all of the trials that come our way that test us, they're making us stronger. They're proving to us how strong we are. So I want this channel to be a place where people can come and be encouraged and built up and then leave thinking, yeah, you know what, I think I'm going to be all right. I think I can get through this. That's the point of the silver lining, right? So it's going to start as a YouTube channel. It will eventually be a podcast. You guys, in this channel, as in, you know, with life in general, anything that I say, these are just my opinions. These are things that are true for me. I really encourage you to take it in, think about it, break it down, process it. If it resonates with you, hold it tight. If it doesn't, just let it go. You know, everything is not going to be for everyone. So I encourage you, you know, to pay attention, but then figure out what you believe for yourself. Do the research on your own. Really start thinking about these things so that you can decide for yourself, you know, what you want to believe and what you want to adhere to. I'll be posting a video every week. All the videos will have different subject matter, and then I'll just be balancing all of this heavy with some light. So I'll have hair tutorials and makeup tutorials and cooking things and paint and just all the different things that I love to do that kind of make up who I am. So I'll be balancing all of this intensity with the lightness. I really think, you guys, that if we can get this message of positivity out into the world, we can change the world. People think that changing the world is going to take some massive, you know, act. It doesn't. It starts with one-on-one interactions. Every time we interact with someone in our day-to-day lives, we have an opportunity for that person to walk away from that interaction feeling encouraged and feeling loved. If they walk away from that interaction feeling encouraged and feeling loved, that will stick with them. The smallest things, like opening the door for someone, looking them in the face and saying, you know what, I hope you have a really good day, and meaning it. Something so small and seemingly insignificant can make a difference. If that can make a difference, how much of a difference can this make? the silver lining will start as a YouTube channel and start as a podcast, but I really, really want this to become a movement of people taking their power and saying, you know what, I can change the world. I can change the world with my behavior. I can change the world with treating people the way they deserve to be treated. Then that person will treat someone else with kindness, and that person will treat someone else with kindness, and this incredible ripple effect will take hold, and we can change the world, you guys. I swear we can. I am idealistic, but that doesn't have anything to do with this. We can change the world. I know we can do it. So YouTube has all these, notifications and likes and shares and subscription. You guys know more about that stuff than I do. If you want to do all that, awesome. But most important, please share these videos. Please help me get the message out. Please help me change the world. We can do it. So I'm done talking. And I should have come up with some cute, back to you, Bob kind of thing to say, but not back to you, Bob, but I didn't. So how about this? Be kind to yourselves and be kind to each other. I'll work on it. I'm gonna have to work on it. I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and I'll see you next week. Thank you.